All right, we back in this. It's 2020.
I know, yo. 2020,
New
like my vision.
decade. You 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like 20. I probably say 2045 at this point. My shit is trash.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if we driving and I ain't got no glasses, well, we
It's a
dying.
wrap.
We definitely hitting the tree.
But we back, man.
We back. How
We
y'all
back
doing,
like
man?
spinal cords.
Oh yeah, okay. I see that one. Every week I look forward to a we back from you. I hope you know this year, like every week you gotta come on point with a we back like something.
Okay, yeah, I got them all written down, so.
All right. So welcome to another episode of For the Culture, live or taped, however you want to process that. I'm your host Nick Alexander.
It's your boy, Ty Sterling, a.k.a. Comedy Bones.
Yeah, man. It's the first pod of the year. Both of us are back in town. I didn't want to, start the year till, we both got here so we could do our thing. Just want to give a shout out to the CPU fam for our business. We, 2 years strong, I think. And, looking to just to do more things with Comedy Pop-Up. And, shout outs to Nick, Paul, and obviously Haley that's with us today. Haley, do you want to get on the mic and talk with us a little bit today?
What's up?
You got some energy for it?
Yeah.
I love how you turn the switch on right quick. I put you on the spot. You're like, absolutely. I love to converse with you, gentlemen. Man, yeah. So New Year, new shit. Ty, holidays was in Miami. How was that? Let's talk about recap how we spent our end of the year, 2019.
Miami's always gonna be Miami, man. The weather is bipolar.
Okay.
That's how I ended up sick. Like,
Really?
it was that's part. I think that's part of the reason. Like, it was
Okay.
hot, then it was raining, then it got cold, then went back to hot, then back to cold, then to raining. So like
Cold in Miami was what, 60?
yeah, 60.
A couple of nippy nights.
Yeah, so not cold, but like
Hoodie night.
when it's 90,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, one day, and
What-
then you wake up at 60, it's like it
So
fucks with
it
you.
wasn't like here where it'll start out hot and then get cold, or by the
Yeah,
evening.
no.
You woke up to cold days and then you woke up to hot days.
Yes.
Got you.
Like, you don't know how to leave the house sometimes.
Okay.
You know what I
okay.
mean? But-
So weather was kind of fucked.
Yeah.
What else? What else did you get into? How long were you in Miami?
A month, a little bit under a month, probably
Okay.
like a week under a month.
Okay.
Basically, I got all my basketball in because, I'm not working, so I'm over there just hitting the
I'm
gym
trying.
all the time.
I lost all my good shape that I was building up. But I play with them kids tomorrow, so I'll be back on it.
You'll be back.
I'll be back.
So did all my basketball, met up with all my peoples.
Okay.
Spent a lot of time with my family, especially my mom. Like I told you the other day, like
Yeah.
I got sad. I seen my mom, like her first gray hair, and I was like, oh shit, she getting old. So like I spent like every day with my mom.
Okay. Hoping the gray hair would just come off.
Yeah.
She would get revigorated.
For real. But there was that. I checked out a couple like comedy, like local comedy shows or whatever.
Yeah. How was the scene? What's your assessment of the scene in
The
Miami?
scene is ass.
Damn.
That's what I'm gonna tell you. Because for an up and coming comic
Right.
in Miami, you really gotta scrap and find shit. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I've been there a month and probably went up 3 times. And like all the mics that they did have.
Sounds like LA. If you don't know where to go.
Yeah, if you don't know where to go, but once you know where to go, like shit, I can go to Sycamore 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's one spot.
One spot.
That's 6 times a week now.
Yeah.
They got more
Yeah.
mics now on their schedule.
Every single day.
See,
Except
you see
one
that
day.
shit? Like,
Except Sundays. They rest on Sundays.
It's a random day. It's when Trevor doesn't feel like showing up.
yeah, you see, like, but in Miami, because I had a whole spreadsheet, right?
Right.
And-
What about the club mics? The Fort Lauderdale Improv Miami? I'm sure they have mic nights, no?
Nah, because the Improv, remember I performed at the Improv.
Right.
They had it booked all the way till like mid-January with like big headliner shows
Even
and
the
stuff
slot
like that.
time where they had mics.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
even the slot times where they had Mike, they just had nothing.
Oh,
Like,
got
just-
you.
Yeah, so it was just shitty. I used to have a spreadsheet of every single club that did a mic,
Wow.
right? What time it opens.
From like the Bad Slavas and the whatever.
Yeah, I had a whole spreadsheet. When we done,
Yeah.
I'll show it to you. But
They gone.
it was like 30, 40 spots, and I checked every single one, and probably like only like 4 or 5 of them were open.
Sheesh. So,
So-
something has happened in the Miami comedy scene that's crippled.
It's just really, it's just.
I did a show last time I was in Miami. I think I did at Cafe Iguanas.
Uh-huh.
They used to have a comedy night.
They
Touch the mic?
Yeah, they had to touch the mic. I think it's on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Yeah. I
What-
did
what's
I
his
did
name
that
with
one.
the
That
dreads?
wasn't bad.
Yeah. The night I did it, they had TGT at the club.
Oh, yeah?
That shit was packed with chicks, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was some hood sexy vibes up in there, man.
Oh yeah, like
Tank with
Ca-
Tyrese and all them niggas. was
Cafe
coming.
Iguanas is hood as shit.
Yeah.
And if you suck, they will let you know. Get
yeah.
this bum ass nigga off the stage. What the fuck? Hey.
Well, where the fuck Tyree coming on in?
What you say? You from New York? Man, nah, I heard niggas in New York is funny, dawg. You not even funny. Get this nigga out of here, man.
Yeah.
Go back to New York, nigga.
Oh, puss ass.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Oh, puss ass nigga. Go back to New York. Like,
Yeah, watermelon ass nigga.
yeah, they'll let you have it.
I did all right that night. I held my own. It wasn't easy though. It was a distracted ass room. I'll say that.
It's very loud.
Lots of shit going on, and
Yeah.
you know. But I remember doing that room, and yeah, it's been a minute since I've performed down there. But I remember they used to have little spots where they would do shows. Like there's this Italian restaurant. I did a gig there. It's like Coral Gables or like West Palm. I don't know where, but it's a Italian restaurant. They had a good comedy night. I don't forgot the guys who did it. The name I think I still keep in touch with the names of the guys who I knew do shows because I worked with them at that one place that was a club like in Oakland Park.
Oh, okay.
Remember when
I
did a show there?
That was the TK Kirkland show.
No. That was a room I did.
Oh, okay.
There was another club. Vernon and them. I think you went to the show too.
Yeah,
but it was
yeah,
it was a comedy club though. They had like a little club in Oakland Park next to it.
That's the one I went to.
Okay, yeah. No, you went to.
I went to TK or I went to that
that room, and then but if you don't remember, the other one was my sister and my her mom went to that show too, and then Vernon and them came.
Oh yeah, I went to both of them.
But it was like, but it was a club but they closed down.
Okay.
Yeah. So all right. Any other good things in Miami outside? I mean, I wish you would have got on stage more, but you can't control.
Nah, but aside from that,
shit
man,
scene.
like it was just a real good time. Like I didn't want to leave.
Right.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like I usually after like a week or two in Miami, I'm like, all right, man, I need to get the fuck out.
Right.
Like, I had enough of this.
This town.
Bring me back to LA. But this time, like I just didn't want to leave.
Okay.
So like,
So a good trip.
yeah. So it was a good trip.
Okay. Yeah. Just Yeah, I was in New York. I got back in town on Wednesday. New York was amazing. Like,
I seen you
comedy-wise.
back in the groove of things.
Oh man, I was in a groove. Man,
Yeah.
was I? Like it was just like
Like with Steph Curry from 3, you was just every night.
I just forgot how fun it is, man. Like I had a night where I had 2 shows to do, and then I'm at this one spot in the Village doing this like show that's set in a bar, but they have a comedy in the back room, and they really turn that place around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like every place kind of has like for one Sycamore, there's like 50 of them kind of Sycamore type places in New York. Where
Right.
They do comedy in a back room.
Cool.
It's like Sycamore
That's the best
times
shit.
1,000.
That's the best shit.
Yeah, maybe not all of them have like 2 showrooms, but they at least have one. You know what I mean? Because the space is just
You
different. LA got
get your work in
Get your work
all
in.
day.
So I had a show, and then a group of comics who I knew who ran the next show was like, yo, you want to do a spot in this one? So I had like a 10-minute spot, then a 5-minute spot, then another 10-minute spot. And then I had like some people who have shows back-to-back nights. So I got to do my man's run. He had like two rooms in different parts of the city. And then just a couple of club spots, and a couple of places where I just got to, I jumped from Harlem, and then I was in Midtown, and it was just like, yeah, it was just fun. And then the last night, my last show there, at this venue in Queens called The Creek and the Cave. It's like a nice little independent comedy venue that it's like a restaurant, but they also do comedy there. But they have a complete showroom. They have 2 little rooms, and I did like a headline there, and I did like a 40-minute set, and I had some people come out. It was like on a Monday night, so like it was only like 20 or so people in the audience, but it was fun. It was a great this night to work out and stretch and do my shit. So I want to shout outs to all the comedians and the producers, and New York was bittersweet.
Yeah.
And to new things. I finally upgraded. I let my phone go this past weekend. I had a
Tell them what kind of phone you upgraded to.
So niggas got an iPhone Max now, 11 Max.
11 Max.
11 Max.
And tell them what phone you had before that one.
I had an iPhone 7.
Not an iPhone 7 Plus, not the iPhone 7 Extended, just the regular iPhone 7.
Basic ass 7.
This nigga told me the other day, he's like, hey man, my phone's been acting up, like it's been dropping reception.
No service. Everywhere I go, no service.
No service. I'm like, okay, what phone do you have? He said the 7. I said, bitch, that shit is dead.
I was like, getting on this long?
Yeah, how did you even get by that long, dog?
I think that the one time I did this, I started doing the software updates, and then that's probably one night.
That's what
I gave
Apple
it to an
gets you,
update.
dog. Because the update is made for the new phone. The old phone can't hold that much shit.
And new process.
You know what I'm saying?
Like now I can update these. I can let the phone update squawk. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, the old phone, once you start putting new software on old phones, that's when your shit just start acting funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Like-
Haley, I would like So my phone would tell me no service, right? In where I lived in Howard, like no service. So then I have to like find where I can hook up the Wi-Fi. Then the Wi-Fi will work, but I still can't make calls. And then I leave and it's still like no service. So then it's like if I'm not in the area of Wi-Fi, I'm screwed. I go to New York. New York was working a little bit more. Like I could drive around and do whatever in the house, my grandmother's place or whatever. The Wi-Fi was working, but still the no service thing will come up here and there. But as long as I reset the network settings or turn my phone and turn it back on, I could get reception for like a little window before it would go to no service. And then when I came back here, after like the first few hours, it was on heavy no service. Like I couldn't.
You had a part-time IT job for your own phone, like
Pretty much. I was learning how to reconfigure and do a bunch of dumb shit to get this thing just to work for a couple minutes, and I couldn't do it. I had to give up on it. So they convinced me to get the max, and I worked out some shit where I didn't add anything to my monthly bill, which I saw was like, God damn, that my mother and I are paying a lot for these phones. My portion not so much, but damn, I'm still in the plan with moms, and no shame in my game. Now I understand when I don't be having it, why she be getting mad. It's like, yo, ma, I only got like half of it. Like, I totally get it now because I didn't know what the bill was before.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it was like, they offer me shit where it's like, yeah, you could get like half off or whatever, and it won't change. It won't up the plan, the monthly bill.
Yeah.
And so I took that to opportunity to get some stuff to bear gifts, and just like they're trying to get me to get the watch and like a tracker thing. I'm like, I don't need all this shit.
They be trying to.
They be trying to get
They gonna try to get you. They go because I know because I used to work at like T-Mobile.
So if you want to just pay the taxes, you can take this cushion, and it's like iPhone cushion. I was like, I don't.
Yep. I used to get all the asses.
Yeah.
Everybody. How you getting the phone? How you gonna get the phone without the phone case? Come on, man. Like you see my shit. My shit is cracked already, and I just got it. So I really think you should invest.
Right.
You know
it was
what I mean?
all that. I did everything. They did.
I used to.
It's like going to Vegas, man.
I used to sell the shit out them damn phones.
Which phone store you worked at?
I worked at T-Mobile.
You have T-Mobile, right? That's your friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I worked at T-Mobile in the heart of the ghetto in Fort Lauderdale.
Which Lottie Dottie?
But like Lauderhill. Like
Damn, I remember we used to go play basketball there.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
in the fucking hood.
Ghetto times.
Yeah, so like, I used to hustle the shit out them.
Yeah. What phone you got right now?
I got the 10.
Okay.
So you have the 11. I got the 10.
Yeah. So you're probably gonna get a 12.
Yeah, I always get the even number.
Oh, really? That's
So,
your thing?
I don't get every single iPhone like some people. Though.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Every 2 phones.
Yeah, because by then my payment on this phone will be done, and then I can upgrade, and then I won't have to pay anything.
Usually about 2 years because you lease it. You do the lease deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I had like an upgrade that was like super overdue. Like I had an upgrade, and then my mom had an upgrade, and she used my upgrade because I wasn't using the upgrade, and then there was still an upgrade.
Because you were
there.
like fucking 10 phones behind.
Yeah, I was the one in high school. Everybody had the keyboard, and I had like
Yo, we all had sidekicks.
sidekicks.
You remember like you remember the chirp phones, the Motorola chirp phones. People had the chirp phones or whatever.
And I had the little Samsung.
And
slider.
you had this old ass Samsung slider phone.
I had a slider.
where the camera looked like Tetris. Like when you took a picture, like it was so pixelated, it looked like Tetris. I'm like, yo, you can't even. And then I remember we would go to Heat games. He's like, yo, I gotta get this pic. I said, bro, just buy a Kodak camera.
You're not gonna get shit with that bullshit.
You're not gonna get nothing. Nobody's gonna know who the fuck that is.
I was like, no, that's Dwayne Wade, like, nigga.
No, it ain't.
That's who was on the Heat at the time that ain't play. That's Dion. That's DeLon Wright. Haley, what phone do you have?
I have an iPhone 10.
Okay, so you're modernized.
You have to date.
Yeah, I updated it recently.
So you just got to upgrade and you
Yeah,
went to a 10.
it's already cracked. I'm gonna have to upgrade again.
Yeah, my shit is cracked too.
Damn.
I have
You're
a
crack
thing on mine
bandits.
that's
I always got the case the day of I got the phone, so I've been lucky in that aspect.
I
didn't
have the case.
Okay, so you wasn't even out here raw. You still got infected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
repping my phone.
that sucks to have protection and
Still get a crack.
still get cracked.
That's the truth, man. Using these streets just doing the most. You know.
Yeah. Throw my phone. So.
So I guess we could transition now. I mean, so what's today? Today's like the 13th or whatever. Yeah. The year's got off to a cool start. I mean,
Man.
Where do we go? World War III. We're going to talk about Boozy and the Kappa.
The World War III, I ain't gonna lie, like I got a couple homies that's in the service.
Right.
Shout out to them. But them World War III memes be funny as shit though.
It was like that was probably the first day where I'm saying to myself like, yo, we could really be at war with a country, whatever.
Yeah.
But nigga, we joking about this shit like
Yeah.
it's like shit won't really happen. But the shit was so funny.
Yeah.
I was like halfway into the shit because it's like, yo, this shit is hilarious, but like we're really at the point now as a society where we're just joking about like real shit, like, and it don't matter.
And then you know what's crazy? Like we're so like advanced now in like social media and stuff that Iran was doing like a promotional video for the war. So they would have like it was a picture of Trump, then the picture of Trump transitioned into a coffin, right? And then transition into like a flag over that coffin, and then that coffin being burned up. I was like, yeah, that's funny. That's a funny thing. But I'm like, yo, they really doing like promo vids
Yeah.
for war.
How did we get there, Tony? Like,
Honestly,
then there was a nigga who went on live during a war and then the car blew up. Did you see the video?
Yes,
He's driving in
there's
the
a
truck.
video.
He out in the truck and he like, yeah, you know, we
So,
out
like,
here.
His boys is in the truck behind
Behind
him, and they're on the gunner.
And he's
one
like-
guy's on the gunner, and one guy's out the window.
And he got the
he's
phone
in
out.
the front Hummer with his phone, and he's just like he has the front camera on his face, and he's looking, and he puts the phone out the window.
He out the window and it's like,
And then a fucking bomb
Blows up the
the
car.
fucking car up
Behind
behind him.
and he
It's
got real
it's
serious.
She looks kind of concerned. It's an Iranian soldier, so.
Not an American soldier.
But it blows up the dude behind him. You see like the legs and everything, and then he like grabs the phone. And he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he
It's
just
real.
turns it off. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
And he still posted it. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, he still posted it, and and you can see his reaction, his emotions afterwards. But he still posted the
Yo,
little
I
clip.
seen one time, like, cause these Middle Eastern soldiers, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
They with
there
the
was
shits.
one, they're in this building and they're trying to like, there's a sniper in the building across, so they're kind of like playing back and forth trying to find out where the sniper is, and the girl like put her head up, and literally it was like a piece of like concrete in her head, and it hit the concrete and almost hit her, and she ducks out the way, and she goes, "Oh," and she starts laughing. It literally almost blew her fucking head off, and she starts laughing.
Yeah, it's weird times we in right now, man. I can't believe that social media has gotten to this point because this shit is real. This shit is real. Like they're gonna deploy soldiers.
Yeah. Yep.
We might be paying $6 for gas next year, guys.
Yep.
Or
Oh
in,
yeah.
in by
yeah.
the summertime. You know,
Hey,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
you know the fucked up
that's all I
part.
think about too. And that's my
The
American
fucked up part. I
first
know.
world problems. We think about gas prices.
I know Trump had to do what he had to do, right? But at the same time, I don't like the way he did it because supposedly there was a treaty, right, between us and
You talking about
Iran.
him taking out that general?
Yeah. Supposedly there was a treaty between us and Iran, right, to have peace.
Yeah.
The treaty happened. We gave them back their money that was already theirs to begin. So it's not like we were gifting them money from us. We were giving them back their money that we were holding from them. So we gave them back that peace treaty. Nothing's supposed to happen. Of course, they still don't like each other, so they're, talking shit amongst each other.
All right, fingers
What-
crossed while they do the handshake.
Right. So what happened was a soldier had died in, I think, Kenya, right? Because they sent like an airstrike over there,
Yeah.
and one of our soldiers died, and then that was like the last straw. And he went and sent an airstrike over there, and the airstrike that he sent just happened to kill that dude.
Wait, so it wasn't purposeful? He was just sending an airstrike to send an airstrike? Or
Yes.
it was directed?
It was he sent an airstrike to an area where they were supposed to be.
Yeah. So he knew.
He knew that's where most of them are at, but I don't think he knew that guy was there. You know what I'm saying? But knowing Trump, he's going to take credit for it and say, yo, I knew. So
I
whatever.
mean, he moved forward where they said that because
He
of
moved
the
forward by
evidence-
himself.
Yeah, and he was implicated or whatever, and they didn't really have a good case of evidence, but they were like it was imminent, like we had to do it. Well, why? Well, because it was.
Yeah.
I hate even getting into this because it's just like politics is such a joke, and this guy is really like just putting people at risk, and he don't have a bone in his body to go fight for this country, but he'll for damn sure send other young people out to do this.
Yep.
And drafting and talking about all that kind of shit, and so yeah, I mean we gotta just we gotta watch. We can't watch it back because we won't see it coming. Whatever Iran or whoever they align themselves with, and it's just like we're spending money to do shit like this, and all this is gonna cost, and we already owe other countries debt. Like, yo, when are we ever gonna pay this China debt off, man?
Never.
Yeah, no.
I realized, and another thing I realized, like, about America, like land of the free. We're supposed to be like the greatest country ever, but we still haven't gotten like healthcare like figured out. You know what I mean? People, my uncle, right, Ramon's dad. This man was in the Navy, right? His wife had got cancer. She beat it. He has cancer, but in his leg, right? The VA's not helping him. And he needed medicine, but he doesn't have insurance, right? In order for him to get the medicine without the insurance, you know how much it costs per pill?
How much?
It's like $8,000. $8,000, bitch, you might as well die. Who can afford that?
Anybody who serves in the military for like a set number, they should get insurance
free.
for the rest of their lives.
For free.
Health insurance, mental health. It's
Especially mental health.
Mental health, especially
Anything that has to do with your health should be free.
for the rest.
if you
If you
serve
serve
this country.
and hit a set time, like if you try out 6 weeks and you don't last, then
Yeah.
you shouldn't get insurance. But
Yeah, but if you do like a tour, or you do
do a
like 4
tour-
years, like you do a full contract and
You-
you don't break your contract, yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
you should get
healthy.
that.
Yeah, and it's like
the money's there.
And my aunt, right, she was telling me, she's like, they overprescribe the medicine. You know what I mean? So if you have like Obamacare and all that shit, like fine, you're good. You know what I mean? But if you don't have insurance, you fucked. They overprescribe the medicine, right? So you may only need 14, but they give you 32. You know what I mean? So the price is all the way jacked up. So what's going on now and how a lot of people get their shit is this person might have had something and they had got shit left over, and now either that person's selling it in the streets for like way less, or they just giving it to somebody that they care about, that they know that
They
needs
need
it.
it.
You know what I
But
mean?
that's not how it's supposed to work in the medical system.
Exactly,
So,
exactly, and it's scary. Like when I dislocated my shoulder, he took me to the hospital. I spent like 2 to 3 hours in the waiting room and probably like 45 minutes in the room where they put my shoulder back in. Cost me $8,000. I didn't take an ambulance there. He drove me because I was scared that the ambulance is gonna cost me a lot, which it probably would put like another 1,000 or something.
$8
More
grand
than
for that, for them
1,000.
to put the shoulder back in place.
Just to put it back in, and on top of that,
and
they
that's
didn't.
uninsured.
And on
That's uninsured.
Yeah, uninsured.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they did the whole shit with no morphine, no nothing. I didn't want no pain. I didn't want to take shit because I know that they're gonna charge me for it. And you know what's the fucked up part? They didn't just put my shoulder in, like they didn't grab it, put it in.
Yeah.
What they did was they put like some Pedialyte, like the big heavy jugs, wrapped it to my wrist, right? Had me lay on my stomach, and had my arm just like hang out.
That's not.
Yeah, until it, because after a while it kind of just like went back, but it didn't like go back into the socket. So until like it pulled out of my socket, and then they just like an hour later they came back and just whoop, put it back in, and then told me go on about my way, and charged me $8,000 for that.
My friend
How
told
you
me you
gonna
can
pay that back?
actually negotiate with it because, like, apparently, like, I don't know for sure, but apparently not paying back, like, hospital bills doesn't impact your credit that much. The hospital just wants the money back. So you can just say, like, I'm not going to pay. And they're like, oh, okay, like, let's half it. Like, my friend, like, keeps getting her payments halved.
Yeah, and a lot of
So-
times what you can do before you even start negotiating with them, I learned this from one of my cousins. She's in the military. She said that when you first get your bill, just call the hospital and be like, okay, like I got the bill, but it's a bunch of stuff here and I don't know what it's for, so I need an itemized bill. I need like when you go to the grocery
Yeah.
store, I got apples, I got corn, they don't just give you the total. You know what I mean? They tell you everything that you got. So it's like, yo, I need to know everything that I'm being charged for. They're like, huh? Like when you ask for that, because what they start to do is they'll charge you like $500 for a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So
Motherfuckers.
yeah, so if
Yeah.
you don't ask, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They will fuck with you. So you have to ask for itemized bill. They're like, oh, okay. And then when you get the receipt back, you realize that like half the shit that they were charging for is bullshit.
You gotta know the health system.
Yeah, I didn't know that before, but I shouldn't have to know that. I shouldn't have to.
No,
You really
not at all.
shouldn't. Everything should be more transparent. Even before you get any like procedure, they should tell you how much it costs up front. I can't tell you how many times I've been in like the doctor's office and they're like, "Oh, we have to do this," and I have to say like, "Is this covered under an appointment? Are you
Yeah.
charging me extra?" And they're like, "Oh, it's extra." It's like you should tell me before you
Their
even
job
try.
is to withhold as little information and get the most out of the
Yep.
out of the situation.
Another scam is how dental insurance and health insurance is not one and the same. My dental health is also my regular health. So like if I have like there's certain things, right, that affect your health that also affect your teeth. So like there's certain sicknesses that I can have and my teeth can fall out. My teeth fall out, I can't fucking eat. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, like, they really should, like, find a way to put those two things together. Like, my friend, she has to get her wisdom teeth pulled out, right? Because her teeth are growing in all fucked up. But she can't afford it because the surgery is like $14,000 to take the tooth out. Like,
Yeah,
with
do
no
it at
insurance.
home.
Damn.
Well,
That point.
an impacted tooth,
Oh,
yeah, it's in the bone. So it's like, you gotta like drill in that shit and cut with a saw. Like there's no way. That's why it hurts so
Yeesh.
bad. Like she said, she can't even go to work. Like she's trying to save money. I'm like, you're never gonna save $14,000. This shit is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Fuck the system. All right. Moving on.
Really, really.
You been to the movies lately? You seen anything?
Nah.
I saw Star Wars.
Oh no, I did see that. I
You
did
saw
see
Star Wars?
Yes,
All
I
right.
did.
Let's talk about Star
Yeah,
Wars.
I did see it.
Have you seen Star Wars, Haley?
no.
I didn't really.
for it.
It was cool.
it was
I
cool.
didn't care about it though.
Yeah,
Like
it was cool.
I think the last ones were so bad. Just
Yeah.
they tried to clean up the mistakes and give you all the good Star Wars feels, like the chasing stuff, the stuff in the pilots, you know, the losing out hope and then winning, overcoming and defeating the evil, and the Palpatine villain from the very first trilogy was still the villain kind of, because they made a connection where Rey is. Have you seen any of the new Star Wars?
Yeah, but I never paid attention to the storyline. I just like the action sequences.
So the girl who's been the lead the last couple of
Yeah.
years, Rey,
Yeah.
she is Palpatine's granddaughter, and he was the one that had her parents killed or whatever, and they didn't want her to get corrupted by him, so that's why they gave her away or protected her. But like she grew up not really remembering them or like never seeing them again or whatever. And the son, Kylo Ren, who killed Han Solo, his
Yeah.
dad, he kind of like has a call to home moment and gives up being evil and kind of redeems himself and helps her defeat Palpatine. But it was just, like, it just, they were always going to be in rough territory because of the trilogy from the 2000s. Like, I didn't mind the trilogy from the 2000s where it was the prequels.
Yeah.
It was about how Anakin became Darth Vader. Like, I thought that was kind of cool. The second and third ones I like more. The first one I didn't really like, The Phantom Menace. Everybody usually shits on that one. And then here was their chance to like go in a new direction, like find new shit to do. And him being the son of Solo and Leia, but then like him trying to prove he wanted to be evil. Like I never bought into him being evil. Like
Yeah.
he just, I don't know. I just never felt like he was gonna be that dude. Like he was that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the Rey chick, I was like, okay, who is this girl out of water that they're kind of making her like Luke Skywalker? It was like the damn near the same story.
Yeah, yep.
for sure.
Yep.
And then they had this nigga that she friend zoned the whole trilogy, you know, Finn.
Yeah.
And like he just never got it popping with her. You know what I'm saying? Like not a kiss, like not nothing. Like they did my man's dirty. Like, you know, it's just it was cool, but I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go from here. If they're gonna keep doing more. Like the only good one out of the ones that's been back was the Rogue One story, but that was a prequel based storyline because that was how Vader acquired the Death Star or something like that. I didn't go see Solo because the second one was so bad. I didn't even want to go see the Solo movie. I heard it was cool, but it just
You have Disney Plus?
I do have Disney Plus.
Did you watch The Mandalorian?
No, but I heard it's a good show.
Yeah, I heard it's good.
You heard it? Have you?
I've heard it's a good show.
Heard it's good,
All
so
I
we
know
all
is
have heard
Baby
good
Yoda
things.
memes.
Yeah, what do you like? Have you ever been? Were you like a Star Wars head, or like how did you feel about Star Wars? Like
I was
growing
never-
up and even now.
I was never a Star Wars head. I only watched Star Wars because I started hanging out with Rashad and those guys.
Those-
And so I'm like, I don't know what the fuck these niggas talking about. So I gotta like start watching these movies. So basically, that's how I got into Star Wars.
to understand the Force.
Yeah, I've never been a Star Wars kid because growing up, like, I watched like
Yeah.
I watched regular ass cartoons. You know what I mean, with no meaning to them, right? And then
Right.
and I'll play sports all the fucking time.
But
what
you
I'm
know,
saying? Like,
on some low key shit, Star Wars is like one of the first big franchise films to do soap opera shit.
yeah,
Because before, like, if you watch the originals, it was like, Luke was attracted to Leia and Solo was attracted to Leia, and then Luke actually kind of got with Leia first.
yeah.
And then he finds out, because Vader's the father, Luke, I am your father. It's like, oh, I was into my sister?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
And then, like, in the further ones, too, it's like, she gets with, she likes Kylo Ren, or they work together, and that's like the son of the good one, and then,
Yeah.
Evil one. So it's always like some kind of soap opera shit, like everything. Then Finn likes her, but then he can't have her because Rey's into her, and Rey's trying to corrupt her or get him to rule at his side, but she don't want to do that. It's just like, it'd be a lot of soap opera shit in there if you look for it. Then the evil nigga, like Palpatine's the evil nigga that never goes away, kind of like Luke
Yeah.
on General Hospital.
Old ass niggas
Oh,
just don't die.
I had a General Hospital run for like 3 years in my teenage years. It was everything at one point. Were you into any soap operas when you was little?
General Hospital was
That's my
always
shit.
on the fucking
Sonny
TV.
is still the gang. Is still running these streets, man.
They still have that show on.
General, yeah.
That is the longest running.
I think All My Children went off the air. I forgot
Yeah,
which one.
All
else.
My Children
Yeah,
was
it-
another one.
Yeah.
All My Children, General Hospital. I think, it was All My Children that my aunts.
And One Life to Live.
Oh, One Life to Live. Yo, they used to watch these shits all day, and I think that's why I was always outside.
Because you didn't want to watch them.
I just didn't want to be
Because
around
from
that
two,
shit.
like 1 to 4 soap operas, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
On ABC and NBC. Yeah. What's so funny when you see like not famous people, but like celebrity people have like a little like run on the show. Like when Stephen A. Smith did General Hospital, he played like a detective.
Oh, you're being compromised. You're being surveillance. There's some shit.
Surveillance. I came here to warn you, but I'm not gonna keep coming back here to tell you. And it's
Yo, I thought that was like a troll.
like a sketch or some shit.
Yes, that's real.
No, he was on he did like a stint on General Hospital. Like,
That-
he's done it like a couple times. What's his name? One of the Simmons kids, Vanessa, was on a she was there for like a year. She worked there for a long time.
How do you get
those
on
contracts
those?
are brutal, man. You shoot so much, you don't have no life. Like you can't do no other projects outside of that. When you commit, you got.
Do they at least pay you?
Oh, you make great money.
Oh.
But that's the thing. It's like you gotta if you commit to a soap opera, you're like that's the only thing
That's
you
it.
can do.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna make great money, but you're only gonna really work in this thing, and for however long they keep you on. Like obviously storylines, motherfuckers die every day. B.
Yeah.
Like if they like you, you could stay on for fucking 30 years. You never leave.
Yeah, but no, a motherfucker like me would be like, yo, can you just kill me, please? Because I got other shit that I'm trying to do. Like,
But them checks, when them checks stop.
right, but like, you know what? That shit becomes like a regular job.
Yeah, it's a regular gig. It's a
Like-
it's a steady gig if you're really like
Right. So it, like, as an actor, like, I wouldn't want to do that. Because I just want to do other shit. You know what I mean? Because, like, I never want to be stuck in one thing and just, I can't do nothing else. I don't ever want to be like that, dog.
Yeah.
I want to be able to, like, oh, okay, he was in this movie. He
Yeah.
was in this movie.
Sure.
You can never say I have range because you just seen me do one thing my entire career.
Right, but if in that one thing you were a gangster, then a father, then a
I guess, but still, like,
Evolved as a character.
yeah. I mean, Sonny, he's not the he was ruthless, cutthroat when he first came in. Then over time, he softened.
I just like have it. I would just like to have a career where I could do like other shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, because that is like the main that's the main reason why like I stopped working like those regular jobs because like I was making good money at T-Mobile, I was making good money at Best Buy. But my thing, I thought about it was like, oh yeah, we can make you a manager, then you could move up to
move up in the company.
move up in the company. Then one day you could become general manager,
One
make
day
like
you can have a store.
250K a year. You know what I mean? They selling me the dream and shit, right? But I'm like, that means I'll be in Best Buy for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah, man.
30
She'll have all the electronics one
30, 40 years. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I
It'd
mean?
be great to go over to your house and play video.
30, 40 years, and my kids are gonna ask me, "What'd you want to be when you grow up? A general manager at Best Buy?" No disrespect to niggas that work at Best Buy,
You a boss though.
but I'm not a boss. I don't own it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
I still work for somebody else.
Yeah. Can you give this to your son?
I cannot.
That's like calling someone daddy.
Yeah, like so. It's like
It's a Dame Dash impression I'm doing.
yeah, so. It's like you
Look
know,
up Dame Dash Breakfast Hub, and he has a whole
he had
rant
thi-
about
he-
being a boss and what's
he
the
had
difference
this
between being an
thing,
employee
right,
versus
where
being
he
an
was
owner.
he was basically telling people like, if you work a 9 to 5, like you're not a boss. You'll never be a boss because you work for somebody else and they control everything you do. And until you own something, like
Yeah.
you're always working for somebody else.
You under someone.
Which he is correct, but the way he went about it, it just sounded like he was shitting on
Like
people.
you're meaningless for doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
it's
meaningless.
It's sucker to work for somebody. Like it's a horrible thing to do.
And DJ Envy was
Yeah,
pissed off.
and Envy, who is he's successful in his own right as a DJ. Like as a DJ, he makes great money when he does bookings outside of the radio gig. Then he's also a morning host on one of the most popular shows in the country on morning radio. Right. In addition to that, he flips houses. I think real estate stuff. He does stuff with his cars. Like he has a podcast. He does. So he does a lot of stuff to earn money. Great living. He has a great situation with his family, but he's still
When it comes to that
technically
radio
is
show?
he's a work for hire. He's under contract.
Yeah,
He's not a boss.
he's a worker.
So Dame Dash was just making it a point. Was like, yo, do you own this station? Can you leave whenever you want to? Whatever like that. Can you leave this for your kids? And he's like, well, yeah. If I want to get my kid a job in the company, no, that's not the same thing. You're not a boss.
He's like, can you hire your son?
Right.
He's like, no, you got to go to somebody else, and then that dude got to hire your son. But because he knows you, yeah, he's gonna give. He's like, my kid has cookies.
Yeah. My son sells cookies. He's a boss. He got his own businesses.
Oh,
And it was
That's
it's
true.
great, but it was great. It was like one of the most empowering / like nigga moments in.
I think
in the
that's
culture.
what like compelled me to quit, though.
Really, that interview?
Yeah,
Sparked
because
that
I was
fire?
just like, yo.
Do I want to be this company guy?
And
Great living, but I'm.
But you know what?
under
You
someone.
know what? What really got me is like when you follow your dream, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be comedy, acting, I feel like the sky is the limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I want to be an actor, I could do Broadway, I could do TV. You know what I mean? I could do big screen. The sky is the limit. When you work at places like Best Buy, shit that you'll never own, it's like there is a limit. There's a cap on it. Once you hit that top spot, like there's nothing more you can do. And then you just you hit a plateau and you just do that until you're ready to retire. And me personally, I just couldn't see myself doing that.
A lot of people take the safety net.
Which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ever
Knock you
like
forward.
dock nobody for how they make their money or how they decide to live their life. You know what I mean? Because when I tell people like, oh yeah, I want to do this, that, and this, they look at me like I'm crazy. And when people tell me like that same person tells me like, yeah, I'm right now I'm in the deli, but I'm hoping I can become the manager and become the store manager. I look at that person crazy. Like, you want to be the store manager here? Like, you looking at me crazy for my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could look at you the same way because I think that you doing that is crazy. Like, you really want to be around chicken all day?
Yeah, he loves to make sandwiches.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But don't judge me for, you know what I mean, taking an unconventional route.
Yeah, no
You know what I
judgment
mean?
over here. But that's like over the holidays, I watched the Kevin Hart documentary. Have you got a chance to watch it
Oh
on Netflix?
man, I didn't get to watch it, but I just saw the clip of him going off in his homeboys, and that reminded me of the one time I went off on you about the car shit, and I never went off on anybody like that ever
What
again.
car shit?
Remember me and you had got into an argument, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna give you a ride.
Oh, about give me a ride
Yeah.
to school.
Because I was his ride, right? And me and him got into like a really bad argument, and I was like, I ain't gonna give you a ride home then, or something like that. So I kind of like used it against him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I mean, it's equivalent to what Kev was in the conversation. They were both drunk or whatever,
Yeah.
but Kev was trying to dangle the fact that if we weren't working together the way he do, it was like his trainer.
Yeah.
So if I have this, what do you have outside of this or whatever like that? Like, what
Yeah,
do
like
you
you wouldn't
own
be
anything?
making
Like,
money.
well, I ain't making money, but what do you have concrete that's like yours? Like, do you have the business or home or whatever set up if this shit ain't there?
Mm-hmm.
That's why like you got to get your own shit. And he was just like, I'll always work. Like I was making a good living before I trained you, but Kev was trying to make it sound like if I ain't fucking with you, then you ain't really got nothing sustainable.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
basically telling me like you don't really have much without me,
Right.
Yeah.
and
It came off really, really arrogant and insensitive.
it was really
belittling.
they started throwing hands.
Okay,
on the plane.
He didn't like
They
really
took him
fight
off the
him.
line. The police officer had to come.
Yeah.
Were they on a plane?
Yeah, they were on
Yeah.
his private plane. So they was getting
So
into it on the
bougie.
plane.
In air?
On the air, yeah.
Yeah.
nigga.
No, I'm saying in the air.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
air.
Oh hell no.
He was drunk. They was drunk. It was like late in the morning on a private flight where all they people's right there in the camera. crew.
Imagine a 6'4" buff man
Right.
trying to fight a 5'3"
5'4"
midget
130, yeah.
who's buff too. He's
Yeah.
because he's cut up.
But that fist will still take care of
Yeah,
him.
but
Yeah, he got into it with him on a plane, like while the plane was in the air. Like they got so drunk and stupid.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, the inspiration that I took out from the documentary was just like Kevin with building his production company and everything. And it's granted, to be a mogul, to be a billionaire, you know, it's not you. I watched it feeling two ways about it. I watched it in admiration because it's like, yo, this guy's work ethic is so out of this world. It's psychotic, and I know I have some of the psychotic feelings about how I want to conquer comedy and my artistry in certain ways, but his level of focus and hunger to be successful and to do these things is so out of this world. Not that it compromises who he is, but it makes you like almost like I don't know if I want that, because his time is like almost such on a tight schedule, like how his life has to be organized, like it really has to, like he has to be reminded, like you need to go see your kids,
Yeah.
like you need to go spend some time with your wife, like, and you can only be with your family for maybe like an hour and change before you got this other thing to do. Like he has to train. Well, he trains because he believes in working on to get his body right for the mind right focus stuff. He's got meetings after meetings. Then he's got to travel. Then he's got to do his shows. He's filming when he's not on tour. Then he has brand stuff, endorsements. He's got to pick, to try to do daddy duties, take care of his family. Like there's so much that's required out of you. It makes me go, I don't know if I want to be on such a every day. Like he has his next 3 years booked out.
And that's why when Kobe retired, I knew that nigga was for real.
Like when he was done.
Yeah, because
yeah.
like he just had another kid. Like he has to spend
Yeah.
time with his kids, and now you see like every time he's at the game, he's with his daughter, talking to
Well,
her, showing her shit.
he just said he only got back into basketball because his daughter got into it. He was like not watching basketball when he retired, but then his daughter turned 11 or whatever, and she was like, "I want to play. I want to like the thing that was in him is like in that daughter." So like he. Now he coaches the daughter. He's been giving her the skill with fundamental, and she's like, you watch her in these little clips online, and she's fucking good. Like,
yeah.
I have a really great feeling that she'll probably be like that superstar that could maybe bring more eyes to the WNBA. Like as these kids start to play, especially they're girls, she probably will come in there like highly recruited. Like she'll probably make you want to watch women's basketball on TV in a way that these other stars have kind of done so, but not like quite yet. Like I legit said to myself, I actually might want to go see a game that she plays when she comes into the WNBA or in college or whatever, because you're just seeing these clips and you're getting to follow almost the same way you following Bronze kids. You know what I mean? It's just the same kind of thing where it's like, oh.
Man, I think y'all gonna kill me for this. I think she gonna have a better career than Bronny, dog.
Really?
Yes.
I'll take that one. I second that.
Yes.
Yeah. She has her fundamental, her skill set is so crazy, and she's only like 13, 14. I even though the wife is small, Kobe's 6'6", I'm giving her a good chance that she'll probably top out 5'11" to 6 feet. Mm-hmm. So she'll be able to play at the next level because women are just naturally smaller. Like the tallest person in the WNBA is like only 6'5", 6'6" maybe. Mm-hmm. She'll get to 6 feet.
Only 6'5", but yeah.
I mean, because if you're comparing to like NBA to the average height or whatever, so the average women's height, she'll beat that mark. And right now, Bron is only a freshman. He's not playing. He's only playing off the bench like limited minutes, right, for his high school team. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he'll be by his senior year in college, and if he'll make the NBA. Like we don't know, but I bank on her being definitely a WNBA player and like being like a beast. Yeah, for sure. But to take it back into Kev, the boss up mentality is important because it's when you create the work, when you are a entrepreneur, when you're creating opportunities for on platforms, you don't have to wait for the next check, and you don't have to be an actor for hire or a comic for hire, which it can be lucrative or you can make a living, but you're always working from gig to gig. But when you're creating, like now he has a production company set up. He's like when he's doing movies now, his stuff is attached to it. So it's not just him getting a check from the studio to do a film. He's producing a film as well. And, those are way more, those are way more things you can benefit of when you're producing and creating opportunities like that. But, like, his life is so, like, just, tell you he has, like, no kind of time to just kick it and lounge. Like, I kind of want to kick it and lounge just like.
Like, no. Listen. My only goal, right, in life, period, right, was to be able to be successful in whatever I do, but be successful enough where, like, I don't have to kill myself to work. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to enjoy myself. I don't have to be rich, like stupid rich. You know what I'm saying? Just enough that I can live comfortably, have my kids, if I want to go on vacation on this day, and bring my wife with me. Yeah, but I don't have to be a billionaire.
Right.
I don't have to be a mogul. I don't have to have 500 mil. I really don't want all that. I don't care for it.
Right.
I just want to be able to live comfortably with my family and then have something to give to my kids when I pass away.
My life's goals, I remember when I was in high school, like, I aspirations, like, whatever. I don't think I knew I wanted to be a comedian. Because it was either if I was gonna do the school route, it would have been in sports management, and I wanted to work in the front office for the Knicks. Like, if I wasn't gonna be a comedian, my goal was to work in the front office and work my way up, and eventually, be in some kind of capacity while I'm working with the Knicks, and I could just get to watch and be invested in that team. That would have been my life. And then when I got into comedy and decided I wanted to do entertainment, acting, whatever, I said I want to be successful enough to the point where I can afford Knicks season tickets. So if I can afford Knicks season tickets and probably front row, if I want to go the biggest of biggest is front row, that means I'm pretty good. I'm going to be pretty successful. If you can afford front row season tickets to the Knicks, that means you're doing pretty well.
How much do those go for?
Front row season tickets, like floor seats, right? Like behind the bench.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now.
yeah. Let's do that. Let's see.
But speaking of Knicks tickets and stuff like that, didn't the Knicks beat the Heat today?
We fucking did. Beat on that ass.
Knicks beat the Heat. Clippers lost to Denver.
Oof.
It's
Well,
a good
Denver's a
night.
good team. Denver's a good
It's
team.
a good night for
But yeah,
me.
oh yeah, Clippers. All right, yeah.
It's a good night for me.
Ties two opposing teams got beat. The Clippers and the Heat are your enemies forever.
I feel great. And the Clippers were getting clapped. They were getting beat by 20 last time I checked. Yeah, they were getting beat by.
Ty will take a win against those teams, however.
However, I don't give a
Yeah,
damn.
we were losing the whole game, and in the fourth quarter, we just pulled it out. We pulled it out. I was really impressed.
I saw.
How they
It said
closed the
Heat
game.
were leading with 4 minutes to go. They were up by 3, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
they'll find a way to
They blew
hold
both
it
games
down.
to the New York teams because they lost to Brooklyn on Friday. Jimmy Butler, like, he had a drive to the lane where he should have put up the shot. He tried to pass it to Bam Adebayo, and they lost the ball. I was like, I don't know why he didn't take the shot. But yeah, I'll take the win. We were on a 5-game losing streak, so
Yeah.
that was it. We got to.
Yeah. Well, season tickets, but these are 3,000. But that's like for the regular.
What do you mean?
Oh wait, these are regular seats.
For regular floor seats, it'd be $3,000 for the year.
Yeah, it's not like stupid expensive, but I know it's more than 3,000.
So I would say probably 10,000
Yeah, probably 10.
in that 10 range.
Yeah.
So for $10,000 for floor home seats, that means you got to have a good amount to spare for that. I think you're closer to a millionaire if you can afford that $10,000 just to drop on season tickets.
Yeah.
So if I can afford season tickets to the Knicks floor seats, then I will have made it in my. That's my definition of making it.
Yeah, it says 12,000 for
So-
floor seats.
Okay, so if I can afford $12,000 floor seats for the year,
Every year.
every year for until I pass away, then I wasn't successful as a comedian actor. If I can afford season tickets and it's relatively like good, like maybe a few rows back or in that first level, I think that's still decent. I did decent. I made it okay. I made it a little short of my goals, but if I can afford floor seats, season tickets to the Knicks, then whatever level I'm at in comedy, I was successful in. That's my mark. So I don't know what that means I'll end up doing, whether I, become a A-list actor, whether I have just a good amount of successful TV sitcoms, or I'm a theater comic, or supporting roles in films and shows and whatever, and I tour headline comedy on the road, or I write shows or whatever I end up doing, That's my mark. I got to be able to afford season
Yeah,
tickets.
do it.
To consider myself making it, in my opinion, my definition of making it.
Yeah, I mean, with all these people that like make it to that point, it really just comes down to focus. I really think like Kevin is one of the most
Focused.
focused people. You just don't get distracted.
Yeah.
And it's like if that's your mark, like
Yeah.
zero in. You know.
Zero in. I got to get to the Knicks. Lakers must be like in that same ballpark.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, for sure.
What are you
Definitely.
looking up now?
No, I was just looking at Ticketmaster.
Yeah, that's
what
that's
they have.
ridiculous though. See now, if I want to lower my mark, I go by Nets season tickets. I go by Brooklyn. But if Knicks, I'm aiming high. I'm striving to be really successful.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, you know what I found out the other day?
What's up?
There were 2 women that were drafted in the NBA.
What?
Wow. When?
Oh, a long time ago.
That-
How did this happen?
One of them didn't play because she got pregnant. Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, she got
So
pregnant.
she tried to sneak and be a guy like on some
That
Love
looks
and
bad on
Basketball, Sanaa
us.
Lathan?
No, she literally just got drafted as a woman.
How'd that happen? What
I-
year is this?
This was the picture was black and white when
Oh.
I pulled it up.
So she had a short haircut, and this was like in the 40s.
Yeah, it was a long
She
time
was right
ago.
after Mike. What's his George Mikan?
Yeah, it was that long ago.
Okay, that's interesting. 2 people, huh?
Yeah, 2 women.
And what about the other girl? Did she make it through? No.
I think she suffered an injury, and that messed her up, and then they ended up taking somebody else, and it just ruined her career. Because they already don't want to draft her because she's a woman. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, she hurt. Oh, okay, well, you take somebody else.
I never would have thought that would have been a thing. That's very surprising. Thank you for that
Yeah,
interesting.
I remember it was the Warriors.
They
The
drafted a
Warriors
female.
drafted a woman.
So when she took the drug test or the whatever, so it was a summer league.
I can't remember.
That's funny. Okay, we are wrapping up. Any other thoughts you want to get off your chest before we close? Anything in hip hop related you want to get into?
Man, did you see the beef between French Montana and 50?
That was kind of funny.
50 has to be the most pettiest man I've ever met in my life. So, French Montana bought a Bugatti, right? A blue Bugatti. He's like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, the only nigga in New York with the blue Bugatti, ha ha. And like, he's doing all this shit, and 50 put out a picture like, he's like, yo, I'm sitting in the hospital, I'm disgusted right now. He's like, you niggas need to stop this shit. He goes, everybody in the hood drove that fucking car because the guy who owned the car let everybody rent it out from him. So everybody was driving that car. French went ahead and bought it, so now it's his. So French came back and was like, oh, we seen the paperwork, you a rat, calling him a snitch. Oh, should never did that.
Oh man, 50 don't.
Now 50's like, are you serious? He's like, you gonna come on the internet and brag about a 2008 Bugatti? He's like, you think I'm lying? And then he had the guy who owned the car was like, yo, he's like, yo, I got so and so on the phone. Like, tell him about the car. He's like, yeah. He's like, that's a 2008. He goes, everybody drove that car. He's like, I used to rent that car to everybody. He's like, that car. He's like, that car. I don't even. That he's like, that car doesn't even have a doesn't even have an auxiliary. There's a CD player in it. He goes, he's like, what? He's like, you telling me this motherfucker riding around? He's like, this nigga's riding around New York with CDs in the car? This is crazy.
And it just got into a whole. It was trending, and then a whole bunch of back and forth. But of course, I looked at when this was happening, and Power was coming back.
No, but
And every time Power is
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
50
yeah.
finds a way to just get trending on social media. He
Yeah.
goes at somebody, he picks a little bone, and it gets going. And then, of course, because under this post, what did it say? Watch Power.
yeah.
Power book or whatever.
This nigga funny.
I
dog.
love 50.
He's hilarious.
Shout out Jamaica Queen.
Shout out to
Forever.
50. Shout out to Boozy. He done made a lot of niggas mad.
Little boozy.
So in fraternities, right? Kappas, they do their little shimmy dance, whatever. They throw up their little signs. Boozy got caught at a basketball game with a Kappa sweater, right? It was all red. It said Kappa on it. And these Kappa guys, they take that shit serious. Like, if you're not in the fraternity, you don't wear it. Like, because you got to understand, these guys got hazed. They did all this shit just so they could represent the fraternity, and now this guy who didn't do anything is just wearing our shit. So they take offense to it. They treat it like it's a fucking gang. But Boosie is a stone cold killer. Yo, Boosie was once on trial for 8 murders. Well, 6 murders and 2 attempts. They asked Boosie, they said, you know you're on trial for 6 murders and 2 attempts. He said, Your Honor, that's false. He said, why do you think it's false? He said, because I don't do attempts.
He's that thorough.
Yeah, so
Because I don't do attempts.
so it was 8 bodies, right? Like, you know when they go into like the plan room in the precinct and they got like the string and all the pin and all that shit? Everything
Connected.
everything connected back to Boosie. And it was like 12 different murders.
Oh, sheesh.
And he got off. I
He's
saw on live one time some dude threatened to kill his son on live, right? So Boosie called somebody. He's like, hey, he pinned the comment. He's like, yo, find out who this nigga is, man. Find out who he is, man. And then they said like 3 days later the dude died. So Boosie's not a dude to fuck with.
Boosie that nigga, man.
Even on a low level.
Yeah, so
And he's a rapper with hits. Like, he's got a catalog.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he got hit record. He not a
you know what's funny about the
bum
Kappa?
rapper.
You know what's even more funny about the Kappa thing?
What's that?
He found out that because they have like their signature dance that they do. She sound like she don't like fraternities. Like every time I say fraternity, she
just
starts
can't
rolling
believe
her eyes.
it. Did
She
you
put-
date somebody in a frat?
Did you date a frat
Oh.
boy and like?
They annoyed the fuck out of me.
Okay.
When you
They're
were in
so
college?
pretentious. No, I didn't even go to a university with frats. We had an academic frat.
Ah, okay.
The fuck is that?
I know. I know.
Where'd you go to school?
Seattle University.
Oh.
Red Hawks, not a real bird. Okay.
So listen, he found out that the dance that they
Yeah.
do it to his song.
Ah,
So he got even more mad. He's like, what? He's like, y'all telling me I can't wear this damn sweatshirt? He's like, and y'all doing the dance to my song? Now y'all gotta teach me the shit. I gotta know. He's
gotta
like,
know. It's
He's like, y'all
stupid.
gotta teach me to dance. Y'all gotta teach me how to do everything. Like, he's not playing. So not
He learned it?
somebody called him on live.
Oh, okay.
And like was teaching him the shit.
That's funny.
Learned it. What was that? That's
I
not.
did that on purpose.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say that's
You
not
don't-
Chaminade education.
You don't
man.
Bible say learned it.
So, like, yeah, he had these fraternity guys on
So everything's all good now?
on Twitter pissed off. They still don't like him, but
Oh,
what you
okay.
gonna do?
Yeah, you dancing to his song? Pick another song.
That
nigga.
man will blow up the whole fraternity. You fuck with him.
I don't do attempts.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that guy.
Sheesh.
Not fucking with him. Leave him alone.
Nice. Yeah, man. Shout outs to Boozy. I want to big us up real quick because I want to just do some promo. Next weekend is a big weekend for the Cornbread Kitchen family. I want to talk about that. We'll start off the new year in a really cool way. We the group were selected to participate in the San Francisco Sketch Comedy Festival. So we come into the Bay Area next weekend. We have a big show Saturday, taking place at the Piano Fight main stage. So if we have anybody from the Further Culture fan base that lives in the Bay Area, please check us out, man. We're making our debut at San Francisco Sketch Fest. Our show is at 6 p.m. Piano Fight main stage, 144 Taylor Street, San Francisco, California. So pull up and see the kitchen, man.
I'm letting you know right now.
Hold on, because this is gonna be dope. So we got a whole set we're doing. We're doing 40 minutes, so about 5 sketches, and we got the homie feature player of Cornbread, friend of the family. Ty is doing some stuff with us, so
Thank
he's
you
gonna
so
be
much.
in there. So I'm excited that little patience and a little bit of here and there's. So I'm working with my boy into the system with us, because I think Cornbread we're gonna take on this. Having more actors in our stuff, like we've been able to find roles where we can just cast more people, and I think it's helped our sketches in some ways. So we're glad we're gonna have Ty with us at the showcase on Saturday. Sunday night we got Black Twitter Show coming back to UCB Inner Sanctum. That's gonna be our last run for the January for our residency. So I'm hopeful to get renewed, but you never know. But I'm putting it out there. So come through, check us out. That's the 19th, 8 o'clock. Get there at the Inner Sanctum. Sketches, improv. We got a special guest stand up and some really funny shit popping. I think we got the after party at Bronson Bar. So it's a big weekend for Cornbread Kitchen, man. And we're looking forward to just coming through the Bay Area. And that's my first time in San Francisco performing. I haven't done stand up there, so this is gonna be the first time doing that. And it's also it's your boy's birthday, so Another year of life we celebrating.
Oh yes.
What you want to get out there, Ty?
Oh, if you from LA
Right?
and you make your way down there,
Up there.
and you heard about it from the For the Culture Live podcast, I'll pay for your ticket.
It's $18.
I'll pay for it.
Hey. So if you are fans of For the Culture Live and you plan on attending,
Just mention the podcast,
Yeah.
and I'll pay for your ticket.
yeah. So hit us, DM us, follow us at For the Culture Live. Follow. What's your handle, Ty? Give it to them. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever they want to follow.
On Instagram, at Ty Sterling, but I've been low key on Instagram, so just follow me on Twitter because that's where I talk all my shit.
Gets it
At
popping.
Bones of Comedy.
And you can follow me at Nick of Comedy. Everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, man. Just, Saturday we in Frisco, Sunday night we back in LA. It's a busy weekend for the Cornbread Kitchen fam. And the podcast is back, so we'll be back in the fold. And you guys, let's start 2020 off right, man. Hope you guys are, you got your goals set and you got things that you want to do. And I'm just like, it's dope. We're in a whole new decade now. Like this is like it's kind of cool. So
2020.
follow us, man. Keep supporting. Thanks for rocking with us.
Peace.
Peace.